And yeah, you can go through here. You can actually use texture XYZ to do the exact same thing. Texture, import, go through here. You can load in displacement maps in here if you have skin with your that match up to your UVs, and you can turn on displacement, put it on a layer. You can go through here and you can use spotlight with Z-add turned on to paint pores through texture XYZ as well. And let's turn texture off here. You can also, there's so many things. I mean, there's tons of resources on this. Again, I'm not gonna belabor this point, but you can go through here and you can like Z add, Z intensity down. You can like spray pore detail here, so you can make it really small. You can go through here and you can hold down Alt and you can like spray pores. In fact, let's go to brush. Let's go to alpha. Sorry, modify. We'll turn on H tiles and V tiles maybe. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, so when I go through here, you can like spray on pore detail and have like little wrinkle brushes. So you can go through here. You can stamp alpha. Let's drop these back down. You can stamp wrinkle details. So if you bring in an alpha, let's go ahead and clone our standard bird off. Drag rect. You can stamp alphas like this, or again, you can spray these things, and you can kind of get like leathery wrinkle detail. You can set it up so that it follows the path, and a lot of different things you can do. You can even bring in your own alphas here. Let's see if we have any alphas that are worthwhile. There you go. Leathery skin should be one that you have by default. So if you change this is going to spray that leathery skin on there. You can also do a drag rect, that leathery skin. In my creature series, we do some of this type of work on my, that one is just my Gumroad page and my ZBrush page, so that's a whole big long creature series where we sculpted that full body of that reptile. But that's how you do that kind of stuff. Now, we'll get to the hair later. Have any streams or videos on doing skin and substance? Kind of. If you go to my YouTube channel, it's kind of just an overview. But on the Commander playlists, under here, under Commander, I'll link you to this playlist here. There's a skin and rendering. So in here, I kind of walk through how I set up the skin in Substance Painter. And then you can render subsurface scattering in Substance Painter with the subsurface scattering. You can do translucency. You can also set it up in iRay. I didn't set it up in this case, but as long as you have no, I think the reason I didn't is it possibly wasn't a closed mesh. In iRay, to do SSS, you have to have a closed mesh. But yeah, that'll kind of walk you through my skin process. And then all this other stuff too, like metal and paint and doing the spray on little gross splattery paint and stuff like that, and cloth and dirt and stuff like that. That'll kind of walk you through that. And in M it says you can also use noisemaker for skin. That's also true. So I'm going to go ahead and let's dump all that memory out of ZBrush here. So when you go, and there's all the pieces we were demoing. When you are using noisemaker, you can go through and you can add noise. I'll show you that in just a second. So, you know what, let's say, no, I guess we'll use a head here. Go to surface, noise. We talked a little bit about this yesterday when we were or maybe the day before, we were doing, let's try that noise strength here. So you can go through here and you can change this curve to kind of give you, you know, whatever effect you're looking for, and you can also change the scale here. You can also bring in your own alphas and tile in your own tiling skin alpha, and you can also, oh boy, what else can you do? You can also go in here to noise plug, and you can change these settings to see if you can get something that's worthwhile for you. But if this is what you like, you know, okay, it hasn't been applied to my object yet. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, if we do go down here and we say apply to mesh, it's going to be low res. So you got to make sure you have enough resolution to support it. You can mask by noise. So if you have this and then you do like an inflate or a deflate, you can just deflate and inflate through that mask if you don't want to just apply it. But if you do want to just apply it, you say, I'm going to make a new layer, make a morph target, store it, and then when we say apply to mesh, the noise disappears because, again, it's just a displacement preview. And now we can go through here and we can knock this down. We can increase it so we can kind of dial in exactly what we want. If you want to under crank it, you can. If you want to over crank it, you can. Kind of depends on what you're looking for. But say, okay, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. I'm going to bake all. You can also have a little more control with morph target. So you can go BMO, and you can go to Z intensity 100, turn RGB off, and you can morph it out where you don't want it, Or you can hit switch and you can morph it in where you do want it. So you can use that as well. Thanks for bringing it up.